Who said that life doesn't have a dress rehearsal? I think that's the quote. Good morning, everybody. Today is February 6, 2018. It is my day 1.270. I think I'm going to add a day. And once again, you get the high-pitched Karen today. Not the low-pitched Karen, but the high-pitched Karen. I feel like I'm coming in a little too high. But that's part of this process. And before I get into this, yesterday I felt so good. I had given myself an injection and it felt really, really good. The estrogen, all that good stuff. I mean, just the monitor. And I just felt so alive and so wonderful and had my moment and everything else. And I managed to talk in this way most of the day. And including getting my daughter off to school and everything else. And I just felt so wonderful. So wonderful. So very wonderful. I can't describe it other than just to say it was just cool. And it is cool today. I can't, not gonna lie to you. However, it was at about 6 or 7 o'clock last night. My daughter asked me to take her downstairs, and by that time I had abused my voice most of the day. Okay, and I had used my voice most of the day. And you get to a point where even the best tea and coffee in the world, your voice needs to rest. You can't, you don't want to overdo it. And I had done my exercises, my consonants, my vowels, and everything. And my daughter said to me, she said, "Daddy," and I said, "Yes." And she said, "About your voice." And I was like, "Oh no, here it comes. Here it comes. She's gonna pop my bubble." And she said, "When you use your voice, maybe once every 3 sentences," she said, I can tolerate it. She said, "But yesterday, when you use it constantly," she said, "it kind of gets on my nerves." And I was like, "Oh shit." And I said, "Well, thank you, sweetie, for telling me." And for the rest of the evening, my voice was done for, kind of like earlier today, I did my warm-up exercises and everything else, and I can tell I did some, my voice needs to rest. So why am I making a video, you might ask? Well, I wasn't upset by what she said. She walked away, she did her own thing, I did my own thing. However, I thought about it, and I was like, my voice is much like a presentation, and I think as this is all visual presentation for what I feel on the inside, and I'm trying to get it out, okay, then my voice and how I sound is that same presentation, just in an audible format, okay? If I covered up the camera here and I talked in a different voice, which I was tempted to do, but no, I'm not going to do it. If you were to close your eyes and you were to hear me talking in the street or on the phone, I'd say, "Hello, this is Karen from Time Life Books," or whatever, a telemarketer, you probably hang up on me. But this is the presentation of myself in a very audible format, okay? In the same way that this is a presentation of myself in a visual format. Okay? So in the same way, my initial reaction was, oh my gosh, what have I done to my daughter? You know, I don't want my daughter to hate me. I don't want my daughter to dislike me. You know what? And then I had a lot of old tapes playing. You know, what right do you have? You know, you're her father, and you can't abandon her and everything else. And I'm sitting there going, but I'm not. I'm still here. You know. So much in the same light, I felt like, okay, as bad as this may sound, it's only going to get better through practice. And so, much like the video yesterday was about the learner's permit, I need to have the learner's permit. And yeah, I can sit here and go, you know, A, Bay, K, Day, Ray, J, okay. But I have to talk, and that's why I read a little bit from this book a minute ago. Just as a reading thing. I mean, I have to do it. I have to get out. And this morning, I needed gas, and I went to the gas station. And while I was there, I ran into the grocery store real quick and bought some stuff to make a mushroom soup. And, you know, as I walked around the store and I encountered people, you know, I kind of kept a mental ticker in my head because my daughter said something about, you know, oh, 1 in 3 sentences. Okay. So then I started playing a game in my head where, you know, the first sentence was in a lower register voice. The second sentence was in the lower register voice. And the third sentence was a free pass. You know, I could do whatever the hell I wanted to do, sound however I wanted to sound. Okay. And so again, as I would, again, first person I'd meet, you know,
hey, thank you for you know, the card, appreciate it.
You know, the second person I'd meet,
you know, trying to be a good example. I can't think of a good example. Anyway, second person I meet, you have a good day too, ma'am. Third person, you know,
oh, hello. Now, are any of those things fake? No. First person I met, I said hello to. Second person I met, I said hello to. Third person was, I can think of one, was the one of the meat ladies who puts the meat out in the tray, in the bin. And I've struck up conversations with her before, and we've talked about pedometers and everything. And I said, hello, it's good to see you. And again, that's not fake. That's a genuine hi, hello, question or comment or discussion. In the same way that as I walked through the produce section, and it wasn't one of my 3, I wasn't number 3, it was someone else, and he said, you know, something about, you know, ma'am, may I help you find something? And I said, oh no, I'm fine. Okay. Maybe, and this is the middle voice. Okay, this is this. I feel like this is the middle voice, which you probably would say, hey, sounds a lot better than this voice, which is a little bit higher. And that's what I'm wondering is
maybe if there's a compromise.
Okay, between the two. I'm playing with this. I'm going to see how it goes. All right. So anyway, we're not going to do the 3 conversation bit because it gets the 3. It's kind of comical because then it's like, you know, if I'm going to do I'm going to do three sentences, and it's going to be blue sky. I really like blue skies. You know, it's going to be just cheating on the first 2 to get to number 3. So anyway, let's purge all that. What got me going last night, and I was very surprised that I didn't get upset. I didn't cry about it. And you would say, Robin or Karen, you just had a shitload of estrogen. And I felt so good. Oh golly, it's like when I had morphine, when I had my surgery on my leg, and I could hit the button and get morphine. I mean, it was just so, and if I close my eyes, I can almost feel it now, just this overwhelming sense of peace, tranquility. Anyway, Um, so what did I do? Because I was sitting there going, okay, what in the hell am I going to do? Here I feel so good. And even if maybe this is a little bit over the top or a little bit over animated, it doesn't change the fact that I am still happy or that I can be sad. And maybe it probably is a little bit of acting. But it's excitement. It's being communicating in, again, for a long period of time, pre me, I just walked around and, whatever happened, happened. I didn't care. Didn't involve me. I was a walking corpse. And now I'm pretty excited. Get in on shit. Stop. Please. I don't know why the dog loves to groom herself right here. That's okay. So again, learner's permit. I need time to practice, and by golly, little exchanges like when I filled my gas tank and I said to the woman next to me, "Have a good day." I mean, little snippets like that. When you gotta go from one voice to the other, or just to talk that way in general. I don't know. Again, in some ways. And maybe the way that I'm building up to this is when we started out our transition, you may have, I know I didn't. I took a lot of small steps, okay? As much as I wanted to, and I can remember when I was in Atlanta and I was going to go shopping for my first bra because I felt so guilty. And I don't think it was Ann K. Spear. It might have been Ann K. Spear. She doesn't remember me from before. Some 20, 30 years ago. And I was like, oh my God, I want to wear girls' clothes, but I'm guilty. I don't want to steal them from the laundry room. And she said, go buy some. And it was like, in my head, I can go buy girls' clothes. I can go buy women's clothes and then feel wonderful because they're mine. Okay, that's liberating in of itself. However, I didn't have a car, so I had to ride the MARTA, had to ride the train, and then the bus to get to Kmart, all places, because that was the only place I could get to. And hang on a second, bear with. And so, sorry, I derailed myself. It happens. You get old. I'm not that old. I'm 46. It's just mature, right? Maybe 50 mature, 60 mature. 40 is like the new 30. I don't know. Anyway. But I went out there and I was just so afraid. I walked into Kmart and, it was like, here I am in Atlanta and no one knows me here. No one knows. I'm way out in BFE, and I'm going to return back to my dorm room. Why the fear? Okay, but I felt it that day. I was afraid. Okay, again, own up to it. Own up to it. I was afraid. So in the same way that those were baby steps, and like today, I would not think anything of buying a bra for me. Okay, I have to give myself that same baby steps and learner's permits. Okay, so maybe that's what I'm driving towards. If I don't sound really good, or I change my mind, or again, this is a work in progress. And the more I can hear, there's a right there. Right there is a bit of, that's where my muscle's getting tired, my throat muscle. And again, you have to build it. Like I said yesterday, you got to start off with the little dumbbells. You don't go for the huge rack of weights. Anyway, so what did I do? What did I do? I knew that I couldn't say to my daughter, Katie, since you don't like this voice, I'm never going to use it again. Okay, that ain't going to happen. So is there a compromise? Can we do the 1, 2, 3? Can we do the 3? Maybe. And I tried that a little bit this morning. It was like, I said hello to her, we talked, and then the third sentence I'd say, You look pretty today. Or, good morning again. Or a little bit more in this range. Good morning. How are you? See, that might be the way to go in it. But anyway, now I'm in it. You gotta wear, it's like a bed mattress. You wear it down and your body gets in it, and that's where your voice gets comfortable being. Anyway, so I had to draw something out, and I took my own advice. I'm not going to show you everything on here because it doesn't matter, but I took the argument that was in my head and I wrote it out on a piece of paper. And I guess I want to share it a little bit. I came to the realization that some 7 weeks hence, I will be having a sex change. Okay? Yes, I identify obviously as a female. Yes, I identify especially when I do this voice. Oh, it's like a comfortable coat. Okay? Even if it's not a real coat. If it later proves out to be the emperor's new clothes, right? But for the moment, let's assume that this is the way it is. Regardless of how I identify gender-wise, my sex is still male. I have a penis. Ooh, you hear my voice crack. I have a penis. I have a penis. I don't want it. You want it? I'll give it away. So, I don't mean to be so flippant. I'm sorry. But that's what I'm building up to. I have 7 weeks left of being male sexed. Okay? Because you can't escape it. It's a banana apple thing like I did yesterday. This is a banana. Well, no, it looks like an apple. No, it's a banana. Okay. So, in my own mind, not in anyone else's, please, free thinkers, be free think. But for me, in 7 weeks' time, I'm going to be crossing over a line that I have dreamed about since I was in middle school. Okay? It's going to look funny at first. But as the swelling goes down, and some of my other friends, I think about Addison and Miss Megan now, who've had some facial feminization, again, at first, you're like, must be painful. But then as time goes on and the swelling goes away, and you're going to walk away, and I'm going to have a neo vagina, okay, a neo clitoris, a neo package, a happy hole. I hope. So, since I started to transition and I went full time in December of 2016, this is what it's been building up to. Okay? This surgery in 7 weeks, this is, Mount Everest and everything else. Hang on, bear with. Okay. And so, what have I been doing in the last year? What have I been doing up to this point of the transition? And it's going to be obvious to you. Okay? I have been on hormones. I have been changing my body, my hair, my nails. I had to lose 106 pounds for the weight, for the surgery. Developing these things, letting the hormones rebuild my body and also my mind and everything else, okay? So, there's been a lot of construction. If you look back and you say, wow, you've come a long way, you'd be absolutely right. And that's something I would say for you in your own journey. If you feel like you haven't made progress, rewind the clock. Look at where you've been. You may not be where you want to end up yet, but you have come a long way. So, all this work has been physical presentation, visual presentation, and I've not really addressed my voice yet. That's like I'm doing right now. So again, much like I have to give myself the same learner's permit as when I was in my teens or, college, my first time buying clothes. the same way that I gave myself permission to learn 20 months ago when I started hormones. The same way that I stumbled into the chill lounge for the first time as Robin. Okay? No, I keep doing that. I have to give myself the same ability to experiment and grow and develop. Okay? In other words, the physical was really the first icebreaker, and now I'm catching up on little details that I see for myself. And again, this is totally me centered. So again, yeah. So some 7 weeks from now, knock on wood, I'm going to cross over that threshold, okay? And that's going to be the end of this chapter in my life. Start of the next chapter. And initially, I think for the first 6 months, I'm going to be focused on healing. You know, like I said, ooh, did you hear the crack? My body is going to be healing. I would be getting used to, I have to learn, you know, I can only go to the bathroom sitting down. You know, the testosterone. The testosterone, you know, everything's going to be out of whack, right? Because things are going to be out of whack. And so, you know, be dilating, lots of dilation. My body will be healing, okay? But for all intents and purposes, there will be nothing externally male, okay? No penis, no penis. I'll have a lump, hopefully, you know, a happy hole. And that's a huge thing. So what's left after that point? Yes, you can do facial feminization surgery. Yes, I get my breasts augmentated, okay. But to me, I feel like that's really where we're going to iron out my voice issues and see how I feel, you know. And definitely I love this way of presentation, and that's what I'm wondering is, again, can I do this? Can I let my voice get to the development of where this stuff is now? And will we catch up? Will we all kind of merge together, you know, all the learning and everything? And then kind of after recovery, I think the road is kind of open. Obviously, we'll finish paying for things for the surgery. I don't know how long that's going to take. But that's where my life, again, other things pick up, whether it be dating, having sex, I hope. Happy hope. But things like having the house worked on or moving or tackling my student debt or the mortgage. I mean, you know, real life things. I've always wanted to play the drums. I've thought a little bit about changing my career a little bit. I've always wanted to be a vet tech. And, you know, this will be me, Karen, the girl, doing something Karen wants to do every day for her career. You know what I mean? Hey, why not? So I'm excited about that. You know, but where does that come in with my daughter? You know, that's kind of what it comes back to. And looking at my timetable now, you know, I don't have to settle this voice stuff in the next 7 weeks. You know what I mean? And I don't have to settle the voice stuff ever. But I think that's going to be probably the next thing. You know, that's the next frontier to cross. That's the next thing that we're going to develop. And I want to say, much like the genie was out of the bottle 2 years ago, now my voice is really, can you hear it? I'm losing tone to it because it's tired. So I need to wrap this up. You probably are tired of me talking anyway. Oh, now I do sound really bad. Hang on. Let's see if we can get some. Oh, that would be terrible if I talk like that all the time.
That's my real voice. No, it's not.
Sounds like a really bad speaking spell, doesn't it? Say tomato. Anyway, so we'll wrap it up. But what does that mean for my daughter? I don't know. I really don't. Stephanie made a good observation about just deal, much like the transition, just talk her through it. And, maybe it is something new, much like, remember Holly Knight told me a story about someone who told their family on a Monday, I'm a woman now, and then started full time 3 days later, and maybe this is just one of those things. It's going to take time to acclimate to. And I don't know. And again, much like the physical changes, the visual clues, maybe she'll get used to the audio clues too. I will say too, and what kind of set me back a little bit last night is I think that Catherine, my daughter, loves her father. And it's getting harder and harder to look at me and say, that's my father. I think. Here's my opinion. And the voice is a connection. It's a tie. Again, it's middle of the night. Daddy, where are you? It's comforting to hear Daddy's voice, right? In the darkness. And to not have that, even if you have something that's similar, it's not the same, is it? And that's where, again, I think it's going to take some time. It's going to take some adjustment. And I'm seeing more and more of that now. When my ex-wife and I'm not sharing anything secret here, I kept on saying to her, well, I'm the same person. I'm going to be the same on, you were in love with me already. I'm the same person. And she said, no, you're not going to be. And I hate to admit it, but yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not. I have some interests, but they're not the same what I once did. I look at them as distractions, so I'm more about embracing this now. And, I've just had so much fun, discovering myself and trying new things. And again, that's part of this process. And anyway, so I don't know if I've come to any conclusions or not, but I definitely need to let my voice rest. I abused the hell out of it. I mean, it's part of training earlier, and then I just talked for 28 minutes, and I can feel it hurting. So, let's close our eyes. And I will wish you all a very, very happy rest of the day and a good journey. And we'll check back in with each other later, okay? I'm brown today, by the way, if you can tell. Usually when I wear green eyeshadow, and I wear brown. Doesn't matter, but it does to me. I feel like I'm a librarian now. Don't I look like a librarian? Somewhat. It's like these way too big earrings here. Hey, living life. Live and learn. Live and learn. And what was my catchphrase for the day? Be the best version of yourself. I still think that applies. So, on that note, good luck to everybody. Till next time. Bye-bye.